of using it for play development, they were using it to steal signs. And then that's when the trash can thing started. They would be looking at the signs.
Son, then that's definitely players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Carlos Beltran created the system.
No one said it's not the player.
When he was a player.
They can't say which player took advantage of it.
Carlos Beltran.
But they know the manager.
He's still in the league, son?
He's a manager now.
For the Mets.
Alex
But
Cora
he was a player.
Really
but what they saying is, even though
He's about to get fired too.
Yeah,
they said
no.
you know the
Beltran was
system.
the player that started all of it.
I said Alex Cora is the coach at the time. He was a third base coach at the time. He set the system up.
Yeah, but they saying just because you knew the system doesn't mean that the players can hit the pitch coming. So that's why
it don't matter.
Hold on.
It is.
Hold on. Let's get into this.
Let's work, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's work.
All right, y'all. This is Marc the Moderator. This is our take.
Banks.com, East Flatbush Finest.
Leaf is only family, Brooklyn forever.
_process 8D.
Why? I don't understand. Y'all
He gave y'all his tag. I ain't mad at him. He gave y'all his tag. Check my man out on IG, man.
All right. So we're gonna talk a different sport we don't normally talk about, but we're gonna talk about it here tonight. Baseball, because there's breaking news right now. Breaking news just coming across: the Red Sox fire Alex Cora.
Oh wow!
For the baseball scandal.
Nice.
What's going on? But now, the whole Banks,
Please explain.
Let's break this down for the viewers so they understand, and our listeners also.
Yes. Okay, so what's happening is there's a center field camera that you can use for player development. So it's basically like a camera used for scouting. You can use it to watch your players bat and break down their tapes or whatever. What the Astros were doing, they were stealing signs from the catcher. They were zooming in, taking the catcher's signs. They had a monitor in the dugout that they could see what the signs were, and they would be banging on a trash can to let them know 2 bangs.
Certain bangs, right?
Yeah, 2 bangs,
No
fastball.
more bangs meant something.
So it was more fastball off speed.
Right.
So you kind of knew what was coming. Somebody got wind of it. White Sox pitcher got wind of it. He noticed this banging was happening before his pitches and everything. He said something about it, and this is partially why it's cheating. I think somebody was coming in to investigate. They took the monitor out of the dugout because they knew somebody was coming. So once they took the monitor out, they didn't find anything. They came up with a portable monitor now. And there's records of all of this. Everybody's talking about this. The people that are on record are talking about it. They're saying that the higher-ups knew about it. So even...
1 second, but this was in 2017. Just want to put that out there.
Yes,
I mean,
even might go
that's
back
where the
even
focus
further.
is. Right. But the focus is on
2017.
And that's the year they won the chip.
That's
Right?
one of the world year they won the chip. Yes.
Also, it was said in the World Series, I forgot the player for the Astros, that they looked at the analytics, and when he hit the game-winning home run, he actually hit a slider, and all season he would not swing at sliders. So that was another indication that the cheating that they had going on was systematic, and it was set up that way.
And then the next year, the Red Sox won the World.
Altuve.
The next year, the Red Sox won the World Series.
Cora was the bench coach in 17. The next year, the Red Sox
won the World Series.
So, but it's deep on so many
And the
levels.
same system that they had in place.
It's deep on so many levels.
They said, look, well, they said the Red
Altuve-
Sox did it a little bit different. They had
Apple Watches.
Yeah, the Red Sox had Apple Watches, and they had a room right next to the dugout where guys could go in and get like quick signals.
This happened with the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Shout to Boston, the Patriots and Red Sox. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but once again, it all came from the same farm system basically, and just moved on.
But peep how deep it is, right? Because Altuve won the MVP that year over Aaron Judge. This is not even about a Yankees thing. With signals, the Astros won more games, so they got home field advantage. The Yankees won all 3 games at home. So if they didn't have this cheating, maybe the Yankees win more games, and then they end up going to the World Series. So it's really deep.
Also, a couple of the Yankee players also was trolling the Astros because this was readily known around baseball what the Astros was doing, but
nobody blew the whistle
because it was the quiet secret. Yeah. That's really what it came down to.
It's kind of the same thing with the Patriots. I think this is more widespread than just the Astros. I don't think the Astros is the only team that did this. I think other teams had maybe some form of doing this, but maybe not as detailed and as deep as the Astros. So generally speaking, if you're cheating, you can't really call somebody out for it. Because there's also talk that the Yankees and the Dodgers might be being investigated for something similar.
Wow.
But also, just want to put out there is that the Astros acted quickly once the investigation happened and they found out everything.
They acted so quickly that when I texted in the group that he got fired, he was like, "Wait, you mean fined? Or fired?" No. They got fired.
Yeah, because Major League Baseball had fined
The Astros, what they got fined?
The Astros was hold on. First thing, the GM and the manager was suspended for 1 year
without pay,
and they fined the Astros $5 million and took draft picks from them. And then an hour later, that's when they fired both of them. They got rid of the GM and the manager.
Yeah, that's when the owner's like, "Yeah, you cost me $5
wait a
million."
minute.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Still matters.
Alex Cora is being fired for the Red Sox because he was involved in the Houston Astros scandal, being the bench coach during that time.
Yeah,
and he's a manager right now.
Red Sox is trying to detach themselves real quick.
Because this dude from the Astros set a precedent. Like, he's like, "I'm not standing for this. These dudes are getting fired." The Red Sox follow suit. You know who's on the clock now? The New York Mets. Carlos Beltran is their manager.
And then he just get hired?
Yes, just got hired.
And if they don't fire him, they're going to look extremely bad.
Well, but now what I want to add something into this is a whole different layer is how Major League Baseball handled this scandal. Because to me, it puts a mark on the Astros, on Boston, and possibly the Mets also. And the way they handled it was the right way to do it. Question I have is why is the NFL the total opposite? Because we know the Patriots cheated 3 different times. Mm-hmm. We know it. And the NFL covered up every single time.
Well, so let's look at this. So if y'all, from what I gather from y'all, the MLB fined these guys, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So who suspended them? I need to.
No, they didn't get suspended. They got fired by their owners.
No.
Initially,
no. Major League Baseball. They had initially suspended.
Okay,
even if they get a job right now.
Here's the punishment.
They can't work for this
Major
year.
League Baseball was $5 million fine, loss of first and second round draft picks for I don't know how many years. Their manager and their GM were suspended for a year. Less than an hour after this came down from Major League Baseball, the owner of the Houston Astros fired the GM and the manager.
So this was to my point. So now that I clarified that, this is an ownership thing. So the owners, is it the NFL? We know the NFL covered up all of this stuff. We call it Roger Goodell.
Right.
Let's call it what it is.
But
he covered up all of this stuff with the Patriots. But that would be up to Robert Kraft to then in turn fire Belichick or fire Tom Brady. And we know it's crazy that happens.
But
like
here's
that.
what's deep: the NFL didn't spend Belichick. They didn't do anything to Brady.
That's what the Cincinnati thing, right? They didn't do anything. But the Deflategate, he got suspended.
Brady got suspended.
He got suspended. He got suspended.
2 games, right?
Two. Yes, it's 4. I think
it's 4
games.
Appeals dropped it to 2.
Right. Okay.
And then they got some draft picks taken away.
Yeah, they got draft picks taken away
Money.
too.
Belichick, nothing happened to him.
He got fined.
He got fined. In Spygate, nothing happened really. Also, was a fine.
They lost picks.
I know the crazy thing about Spygate was that all of the evidence they gathered was destroyed
by
your
the
boy
NFL.
Goodell. Your boy.
Well, it's not just Goodell.
I was gonna point to him
it's the
he's
NFL
right.
as a whole. But also, let me just add this. Alex Cora is awaiting discipline from Major League Baseball for his role in sign-stealing scheme by the Astros and is still under investigation for a different sign-stealing scheme that is said to have occurred with the Red Sox in 2018.
Yeah, so they're detaching themselves from it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't think Kraft was going to fire.
No, he wasn't.
All right. So for Spygate, Belichick got fined $500,000. The Patriots got fined $250,000, and they lost their first round pick.
That's it.
That was it. That's a Spygate.
First round pick, like what they have for 30.
But the fine for Belichick, by rule, that's the highest they could have fined him.
And also this is where you have to also look at these things and you say these things are drops in the bucket or whatever, but $5 million is collectively bargained as the highest fine that you could possibly receive
in baseball.
Okay, right. Cool. But on the same note now, when you go from Spygate to Deflategate and then Practicegate, at the end of the day, the NFL continues to do the same thing. They are not disciplining the coach. They're not really doing anything except for getting money from them because of, let's just be honest, to videotape a sideline practice is not supposed to happen. Period. End of story. So, but Major League Baseball, I feel kind of got it right. Kinda. I think if they was going to go this far, then they should have removed the Houston Astros name from being the 2017 World Series champs.
Wow,
that's it.
That's
it.
It's not too late
Because
it's not too late.
Because let's be honest, in baseball, any advantage which you get can change the game between winning and losing. To be stealing signs like that. Come on, man.
Yeah. Shout out to baseball for making the news during January.
No. But here's the thing.
Wow.
You gotta realize when they dropped it, because they tried to bury the story as much as they could. Saturday, Sunday was NFL playoff game.
Oh yeah.
Monday was a national championship game. They dropped the news Sunday night. So they tried to bury it in between Sunday football and the national championship.
Now was that Sunday like 3:00? Sunday 3:00.
But still, so that's still not going to be part of the news cycle because the majority of the news cycle is going to be the NFL.
But the Houston Nationals they didn't have to fire anybody. They didn't have to.
No, they didn't.
Right. They chose to. The owner came out and said that this is a black mark on their organization. Right. He's not worried about anything else. He's trying to clean up the Houston Astros name. Houston Astros has been a part of baseball for over 40 years now. He's trying to make sure that stays that way.
Well, he did a good thing. This is the reason why I say he did a good thing, because if you look at it over the last 5 years, the Astros is one of the top. They came out of left field. Teams. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they should be bums.
And a lot of people is starting to.
There was a plan in place for that, though.
A lot of people is starting to pattern their team after the Astros. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to clean it up right away if you want to remain on that top level of the building.
Right.
Well, there's. I follow baseball a little bit, and throughout baseball circles, the Astros are not liked because they walk around with this. Almost like a Patriots mentality, like they invented the game. Wow. They the smartest people in the room. They know what they're doing or whatever. So there's a lot of people happy what actually happens.
Got you.
Well, I'm a baseball guy also, and the one thing that I'm going to say is that the Astros came up and they started dominating. Then they listen.
But there was a period of being bad where they drafted. They were
the Miami Marlins.
No, they were doing the same thing they were doing in Philly. They were the
Marlins.
Tanking, yes.
Right. They were
tanking for draft picks. Yes.
Oh wow!
Very true.
But they didn't have a pitcher that couldn't throw a fastball, did they?
That's deep.
Just like Philly had,
I know where you're going with it. Okay. No need to explain.
24-13.
But also let's not forget the Astros were also involved.
13 and 12.
They were also involved in a controversy during the playoffs where the assistant GM was screaming at women in the locker room about somebody that committed domestic violence.
Osuna.
He got fired.
Osuna.
And he got banned from baseball.
Hold on, wait. But wait, first, he didn't get fired at first. If you remember, when he came out,
press release.
Right, when he came out there in the media, the Astros stayed hush on it, and that's when the Twitter fire went off. It's like, yo, how is it that y'all don't care about women, yada yada yada, and then the day later they fired him. It was like, yo, he's out of here because it's a bad mark.
He's on the exempt list right now. He
can't work in Major League Baseball.
So, I got a question.
Yep.
All right, so the manager and the GM is fired and suspended for a year, right?
Right.
So, what's the difference between what they did and what Pete Rose is banned for life for?
Oh, okay. And Pete Rose came out and said something earlier, something about how they only got a year. Why are they not banned for life also? The difference is Pete Rose, quote unquote, supposedly bet on baseball.
He did. There's no quote unquote.
No, there's no. Yeah, he did.
He bet on baseball.
Again,
bet on baseball.
And I can tell you the difference.
And he'll tell you.
But I can tell you the difference.
Only thing I know is if Pete Rose will tell it, Pete Rose really feels like he didn't bet on baseball, but from all the pressure of trying to get back in baseball, he said different things. His story changes.
I'm gonna listen to Marc because he was there.
Oh wow, here we go. All right,
but let me just say this: the difference is that the edict in baseball, it is a known fact. If you bet on baseball, you will get banned. It's written in every clubhouse, everywhere. You cannot bet on baseball games. So he knew this. Not to say the sign stealing is any less, but it's it's not like.
Hold on, but wait. But
there's some play in that rule.
Was he point shaving?
But wait.
He wasn't.
Wait.
No.
But let me ask something. 4 years ago, Major League Baseball, they put in a rule. You cannot use technology to steal signs. It's well known across Major League Baseball that sign stealing is a part of baseball. But it is banned that you are not supposed to use technology.
But what's the disciplinary that's on the books is the question.
And it is supposed to be suspension. And like I said, they can't do it to the players because there's no way of knowing who actually benefited from it. Wow. But they got it at the top. And the one thing I give them credit for, they went to the top. They got the GM and the manager.
Didn't Altuve win MVP too?
Altuve won MVP.
So now that's
it's deep. It's deep. But also you have to realize the only player that's named in the full report about this is Carlos Beltran.
Right.
He's the only player named. Don't think that's an accident. That they basically trying to throw it on the Union, throw it on the Mets to do something before they have to come down on them too. So if the Mets don't do something, we've already seen discipline from 2 teams.
I mean, listen.
The Mets have to fire.
The Mets is going to follow suit. But right now the pressure has not come up yet on Beltran. But I think it is right around the corner. Yeah. I think once they deal with Alex Cora, and now that he's gone, the next person is going to be Beltran. This is a black eye on baseball.
How you going to get fired on your day off?
Hey, listen, he's about to. He's smoking.
He just got the job.
But thank you for tuning in, y'all. This is our take. This is our take on baseball. Thank you for tuning in.
That was crazy. That was crazy, Marc. They got fired on his day off.
Oh, okay, that's right. That was Craig. Yeah, I got you.
How you mess up Friday, bro?
How did I mess up Friday? It was a good one.
That's just wild.